jumped off my roof because I thought that I could fly. Spent 3 days in the hospital alone because I had to try. I still don't know why I'm running around chasing this dragonfly. I still don't know how I woke up this morning with only one eyebrow. I think that my mind's a little defective, caught up in the everyday traffic of different perspectives. Well, I need someone to call my own, someone to help me get out of this twilight zone. I think it could be you. Look in your eyes, telling me it could be true. You want me to be your Romeo? Well, I can't do that, but I can always be your very own superhero. You be my Lois Lane, but I'll be your Superman. We'll run away, I've got a plan. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to WITticisms. Yes, it's time for another episode of the ever popular Wit Improv podcast and YouTube video sensation, WITticisms.
I'm exhausted already.
I know.
I'm sweating.
Not yet canceled.
Not yet
There you
canceled.
go.
That's true. Still, this is episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty exciting. We've made it. We haven't been canceled yet.
For our friends in England.
Good luck for us.
We no longer have friends in England now, Bill. So let me introduce the incredible cast. First and foremost, we're going to start with Mr. Seth Keith, because I forgot him last episode. So, Seth, yay!
First from now on.
That's right. He's going to be first from this point forward. Excuse me. We also have the very dapper Alex Crow tonight. Look, doesn't he look cute?
Doing quick stuff. Horrible.
I think quarantine is agreeing with you, at least as far as, getting all dolled up.
I guess. I got nothing.
Wow. And the always dapper, charming, handsome, debonair Mr. Billy Martinez.
Hi.
There he is. Is that puka shell necklace, Bill?
Yes, puka shell and something else.
Oh, wait, hang on. I'll tell him. 78 called. They want their necklace back. So, and the ever lovely Jill Witecki.
Woo!
Yay! How's it going, Jilly Bean?
I'm holding up, man. We are knee deep in the first week of homeschool, and damn.
Damn. Yeah, it's one of those things that I will never. What is it? Somebody said I will never again. No one will ever again question whether a stay-at-home mom is a full-time job.
And nobody will ever question again any pay raise we can vote in for teachers either.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Well, we're going to get into talking about all this kind of stuff. But before we do that, let's introduce the rest of our cast. We have the Silver Fox himself, Mr. Vinny Natale.
Hey, everybody.
There you go. Look at you. You look like you're sitting in the dark.
I am. I know. I still got to get my lighting worked out, but I'm gonna bring some light to this. Maybe in a show or two, we're gonna get the lighting worked out a little better in here. I'm not sitting in the dark. It's just how I'm portrayed on camera.
Not sitting in the dark. I just play sitting in the dark on a podcast.
Really well, too.
So it's very convincing. Very convincing. And of course, last but certainly not least, rocking the porn stash, Mr. Eric Hughes. There you go.
People like what you see.
It is his wife's birthday today, so.
It is, yes.
Oh.
It's his birthday today, and we are going to film some porn.
Oh.
Yeah. Link to follow. We'll send the link out.
Well, thank you for letting us know that we have so much more to look forward to.
Yes, it will be comedic as well.
That's
How could it not be?
that's true.
Thank you, Billy. Thank you so much. Yes.
Well, as you have probably guessed, this show is not for everyone, so we are going to have to give you our disclaimer for the show. And in true form of an improv show, we're going to turn it into a little bit of an improv game, a game that we've played for years called Good, Bad, Worst. So to give you a good disclaimer for this particular show, let's go to Jill. Jill, give us a good disclaimer for what guests should expect from the content of this show.
Everybody listening and watching, you have to understand that all of the people on the screen have known each other for years, more than a decade, some of us multiple decades. And we like to make each other laugh. And we haven't done a show in 2 years, and we've been cooped up for a month. So when you put all of that together, some things are going to come out of our mouths that maybe aren't the Jill, aren't the Scott, aren't the Vinny, aren't the Keith, the Seth, the Eric that you think you know. That's really for any of our coworkers watching and listening right now. Any of us that have coworkers left, that is. So pardon us while we work out all of our COVID frustrations over the airwaves on each other. And if you don't like what you're hearing, just turn us off.
That was a very good disclaimer, Jill. That was a very good disclaimer. And now you see, Jill definitely works in marketing and has a background in PR because that sounded really, really good.
Thanks.
From the sublime to the ridiculous, let's now go to a bad disclaimer from Vinny Natali.
A bad disclaimer. Well, the Wit Show podcast is both nutritious and delicious, but low in sodium, high in cholesterol, and may cause impotence, blindness, and suicidal thoughts. So just take that into consideration when you watch it.
Yeah, that's a bad disclaimer.
All right, thank you.
Pretty bad.
And let's see. Oh, it's my turn. I get to give the worst disclaimer ever. I think you should invite all of your young children and staunch Trump supporters to watch this show because they'll love everything we say. And let's face it, it will be enlightening for both categories. So there we go. That is our good, bad, and worst disclaimer. So again, this has obviously started when we are all separate. We're all living in our little Brady Bunch boxes here. And so I thought we'd kind of start the show off by chatting a little bit about, since we've been living in isolation, what is the one thing you plan to change after this is all over and we can interact socially once again? What's the one thing that you're just dying to do that you haven't been able to do in, oh God, this is going to go so wrong so quick. But there are things you've just been dying to do since you've been in isolation.
For me, it's a massage, and I'm not even trying to be coy or funny. I want about a 2-hour massage when this is all over.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
That's a great
That
answer.
sounds good. We're gonna need it. You're gonna need it for sure.
Yeah.
To get the hell out of Dodge, to go to
Well, why are you doing in Dodge, Bill?
to get out of town, to be able to go to Orlando to one of the theme parks there, or just anywhere. We would go to the beach, go to a restaurant, go to, go shopping without people, scurrying around you. I'm sure there'll probably be a little bit of that going on, but yeah.
Now, when you say scurrying, do they just like run in circles around you, Bill?
Well, I'm not one of those mask wearing kind of people, but when I thought about it, I was like, well, so yeah, you can wear that was a very funny mask you had on a few days ago. So I've been contemplating wearing something like that, but like that probably wouldn't go over well. So
Now, I just saw a how-to tutorial today on Facebook of turning your own underwear. Now, women's underwear, mine would work. I don't know, for those of you wearing boxers, it probably wouldn't work as well.
I'll place an order.
But do
have
a
to wash
DIY tutorial on how to turn your underwear into a face mask. So I didn't grab a set before we started recording here, but I feel like we might have to do that.
I've already done that with Bonnie's.
I believe that was put out by Fetishist Society of America. Yeah.
I've already done that. I was doing laundry, as there's so many things to do, and I jokingly put on one of her little thongy ones, and it looked like a face mask, but you could obviously tell it was underwear. So it was very
different from the Weird Science.
She laughed.
It is kind of like the moment in Weird Science, isn't it, where they put the underwear on their face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because the other one I've seen is coffee filters, where they actually say take coffee filters and fold them up into a bandana.
Coffee. Yeah.
Okay.
Really, Bill?
Coffee filters.
Mm-hmm.
And that's better than just a regular bandana, which basically they say does nothing for you.
Well, it's funny. It's funny that they said women's underwear too, because they also said that natural cotton fabric works better than anything that is synthetic, for whatever reason. See, we're not just fart joke people. We will give you actually really good information.
You want a good breathable underwear and a good breathable mask, or do you? I can't decide.
I just think the message is put women's underwear on your face.
Yeah.
Someone's trying to normalize that for sure.
Well, it is the new normal. It is the new normal. So other than going out with undergarments covering your nose and mouth, what else are you guys looking forward to? Alex, you were saying before we started that you just want to get back to work.
Yeah, I can't wait to get back to work because sitting here doing absolutely nothing is driving me crazy. My brain is just blah.
What is it?
Blah. I also once this is all over, I want to get people over to the house and I want to have more parties and social get-togethers. Not necessarily even going out.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to do that, but I want to have people over and maybe bi-weekly potlucks or just. I hope that the idea of community comes back stronger once everybody realizes what it was like not having it.
Mm-hmm.
That's so true.
You would think it would, but I got a feeling it may not, because people are still going to be like, ooh, I don't know.
I don't know. A lot of people around here have been very, in a lot of ways, more neighborly, even though we can't get as close. But I see so many people outside. So many people are like, hey, how's it going? And, you just see so much activity going on that I wasn't seeing before. So that's been kind of nice. I hope that doesn't go away. But ironically, of course, I think like Alex is saying, we can't invite people over. We can't really be social either. So I know I'm looking forward to actually being able to hang out with some friends face to face.
It's
It's interesting. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, we have a friend, all of us have a mutual friend named Cassie, and her husband, because the neighborhood's kind of blown up and people are out walking a lot more, they've set up in front of their house a dance square. And every day they've played different music and different themes. And literally they have video after video of their neighbors walking through and dancing to whatever that style is. It's really fun to watch and pretty brilliant, honestly.
She still lives in my old neighborhood, right?
Yes, my neighborhood.
On 12th?
No.
I'm not sure we should be giving out her
But if you guys want to dance, visit our friends Cassie and no, never mind.
The White House, you
No,
mean?
but they. All right.
And they always leave the back door open, so don't worry about it.
Okay. Because I think because Eric lives in my old neighborhood as well, and that's why.
Yeah.
Very
Yes.
close.
No, but
if Billy moves out, everybody else moves back in.
Yeah, it's all about timing. But it's funny because I had a friend of mine who said she wants to stop using the phrase socially distanced, and she wants to use physically distanced, because she said that quite honestly, we're probably being more social now than we were when we could actually be in the same room. I mean, let's think about it. It's true with us. It's been 2 years since we've done a show, and here we are coming together in little boxes on a screen. So I think that when we can start going to that idea of physically distanced versus socially distanced, I think that may help us. There's also a true belief that this may, after we've been all cooped up, people are going to say, screw it, I'm going to go and be in a big crowd. I got to get to a concert. I got to get to a theme park. I got to get, Bill, you said it yourself. You wanted to get out and do something as a group. So who knows? We just have to be prepared for it as it comes, I guess. Vinny, what are you jonesing to do once once you get back out in the real world?
I'm a big fan of karaoke, and I've dragged several of you to karaoke shows with me over the years. And I started doing karaoke, and that was part of my job. And I couldn't imagine how much I miss it. I had 3-4 times a week where I had different crowds showing up to different venues, and they all had different songs, and we would wait for a certain person to sing a certain song. It's the same song every night, and it's perfect. It's what karaoke is. That was a big part of the interaction I got. I had separate groups that all had their own ways of working together and their own puzzle pieces fitting together, and all of those groups are gone. I can't wait to get back to running a karaoke show and having that party 3 or 4 times a week. That's what I'm missing. I'm missing work as well, Alex. But karaoke definitely. I've been watching The Masked Singer. It's like celebrities having a karaoke show, and I sit there and that's like karaoke for me. And then who is it? With the whole other thing. But yeah, all of a sudden a huge fan of Masked Singer since karaoke's been kind of pulled away from me.
That terrifies me that all of a sudden you're a fan of The Masked Singer. I don't know. But, I've watched all of Tiger King, so what the hell? Well, speaking of things that we want to change, kind of going back to the world that we all feel comfortable with and what we all know, and that is the world of our own improv shows. For years, we as a troupe have played a game called Change, and since we're talking about things that we would want to change, let's play a game of Change. And for this game, let's have who's playing Change? Eric and Billy, let's put you guys in a scenario. Let's take it straight from Vinny. You guys are getting ready to set up a night of karaoke. Now, the way this game works is they're going to start having this conversation. I would say playing this scene, but it's very tough to do it physically when we're just sitting in front of a camera. But they're going to start playing this scene. And anytime I want them to, I will say change. And they will change the last word or last phrase that they said and continue on with the scene. So here's a little game we call Change.
Hey, Eric, I'm glad you can make it today.
Me too. I've been looking forward to this karaoke session all week.
Yeah, it's fantastic. We just got to hook up the equipment, and then we can get started.
Change.
We just have to plug this in, and it'll all work.
Change.
I'm going to stick this cord up my ass, and let's see what happens.
Well, I am a big fan of the cord up the ass, but where do I sing?
You just sing into this microphone.
Change.
You sing into this glass over here.
Change.
Just sing into my dick.
Well, fortunately for you, I have a very long song picked out with a long instrumental interlude.
I'll give you 20 minutes to cut that out.
20 minutes to cut it out? Well, that's quite ambitious.
Well, it's all about the stamina, my friend.
Right, and word about town is you're a man who has stamina.
Change.
Word about town is you're a man who can really go the distance.
Change.
Word about town is you're a beastly monster of a man.
Well, thank you.
Change.
During this time off, I've learned to shave a lot.
Thank God, because I was kind of wondering if, in fact, you weren't a kind of donkey.
Change.
I was beginning to wonder if you weren't maybe a giant Great Dane.
Change.
I was beginning to wonder if you were maybe the Sasquatch.
Well, yeah, I get that a lot. So what kind of song did you want to sing? Would you want to sing a ballad? Or
I'm more into hardcore gangster rap.
Change.
I'm more into sweet and tender emotional ballads.
Change.
I'm really into some limericks.
Sure. So I'll just turn the system on here, and would you like to start a limerick, or would you like to have me start you off? Or?
Well, I mean, if you're offering to start me off, I don't think I can resist.
Okay, well, if we're doing limericks, there once was a man from Nantucket.
Change.
There once was a man from Peoria.
Change.
There once was a woman from Grand Rapids.
Change.
There once was a dog from San Francisco.
Oh yes, there once was a dog from San Francisco, a classic. There
Yeah.
once was a dog from San Francisco who wanted to work at Cisco. His computer knowledge was great, but he often arrived late, and now he works naked at a disco, if I remember correctly.
That's a little game we call change right there. Yeah.
Woo!
Wow. Sorry, dude. At least it wasn't Grand Rapids.
I was sweating that one.
Yeah. I don't know. Peoria would have been tough too. I'm just saying.
Peoria would have been.
They'd have gone completely different.
At least it wasn't Regina. So
No. Being up Carolina, you'd have a few
Too
things.
easy.
so anyway, we've talked a little bit about what we want to do when we get out of here. What are some things that you've noticed have only happened while we've been in quarantine? What are those things that it's like, I never would have done other than, a wit show? What are those things that we never would have done or never would have been able to do or even noticed had we not been here in quarantine?
I've got one. I was using him for the intro song. I visited the best way I can describe. I don't want to say a doomsday prepper, but somebody with a lot of preparation, and they have gifted me some items that I would never have in my house. I have powdered milk. I ran out of milk for my coffee, and powdered milk in coffee is absolutely wonderful. And I mixed some water in it and had a glass of milk. Not bad. The one I haven't tried yet, powdered butter.
Butter?
Yeah. We're going to have a chopped baking competition between me, my daughter, and my son with some of these new ingredients that I would never have in my house. My absolute favorite. The best way I can describe it in English is a party in a bucket. Just add water.
Where did you buy this?
El Fiesta Pail. Party in a bucket. Now let me tell you a little bit about it real quick. 196 servings. Just add water. Shelf life 20 years. With this bucket, and this is going to be the main part of our challenge, everything you need to make such favorites as cheesy nachos, burritos, enchiladas, chicken fajitas, chips and salsa, tacos, breakfast burritos, quesadillas, salsa con queso dip. Right here, 196 servings. I can't wait. I'm going to wait till we're really pressed.
What's in that bucket?
This Fiesta Bucket. I mean, there's a part in here.
Is there like powdered lettuce and tomato in there?
I had no idea. I said, you think you pull it?
Someone put Abuela in that bucket. Let her out.
There's a little person named Juanita is going to jump out and...
Hola.
I will update
Does it
you.
include margarita?
But no margarita. No margarita. 196 servings. And I'm not gonna wait 20 years for this. This is something we're doing over.
Fiesta Pail.
It might be disgusting, but we're going to do that over one time.
What is Spanish for cry for help?
Llorando para ayuda. Did you buy it in a store? Or was it like the guy's trunk in his car? What was it?
No, I visited
Hold
a
up.
friend, and she said, "How are you doing on supplies?" I said, "I'm doing pretty good." She said, "Do you need toilet paper?" I said, "I'm all right. I could probably use a little." She said, "Take this." And
Well, you're going to need a lot more toilet paper after that, my friend.
You sure you're just not
None at all. We don't know.
Good.
Are you sure you're just not a drug mule and not realizing?
oh God, I don't know. I really I don't
Deep
know
in the
what's in
Fiesta
there.
Pail now, my friend.
Yeah, if Jorge comes knocking at your door at 1 o'clock in the morning, just give him the Fiesta
Give him the
Pail.
bucket. Give him the bucket.
You took the Fiesta Pail, my friend. Now you're in the
For the
game.
Fiesta Pail.
Sorry.
Get it past customs.
At the end, Vinny's just scooping powdered Fiesta Pail into his mouth like Scarface.
Say hello to my little pail.
All right, just some powdered milk. Really, it's just powdered milk.
Yeah. It's powdered flour. Yeah. Which would be impossible because flour is great.
That's what's different here. I've got some ingredients in my house I would have never experimented with before.
That is definitely something that would the Fiesta Pail is the only thing that's going to happen in quarantine.
Yes, I believe
Life
so.
is now enriched because I know of Fiesta Pail.
Where did you get the Fiesta Pail? Now I'm curious.
This is from a company.
Gotta see if there's a website.
Yeah, they have a website, and you can order, just supplies for the end of the world type thing. Just supplies for 196 servings. People have shelters that have just piles and piles of buckets of food like this for any eventuality. I took one of the many buckets because there's no way I could leave without a nice Fiesta Pail at my house.
Crazy ones! Fiesta Pail sale after coronavirus.
There's a website for it, y'all.
There's a Fiesta Pail website?
Well, I found the 30-day Fiesta Bucket. Now, it may not be exactly the same thing.
Oh, that's
so different from that. That is different.
No,
the Fiesta Bucket.
No, actually, I think this is the same thing.
Vinny's indignant. No, it's not the same thing.
Vinny's only lasts 20 days, so the Fiesta Bucket is clearly larger.
Yes.
Market research shows that survivalists do not react well to the term bucket. Change that to pail.
When I went to fiestapail.com, I just see a white girl trying to salsa dance. It's very strange.
Two girls in a Fiesta Pail.
Alex, I think you misspelled pail.
Oh, sorry.
Anything about Nantucket, does it?
It was actually Alex who showed me years ago the girls in the cup thing. So
why didn't we?
No, it wasn't.
Remember that?
Let's talk about anything but Fiesta Pail now.
I know, it's like it's now become the Fiesta Pail show.
It's hijacked our show.
Yeah. The pail.
So we've lost Jill because I can see her. She's just sort of dove in.
I just sent you all the link to the Fiesta Pail.
Okay, can we just go on record that this is on JimBakerShow.com? Already questionable.
Yeah, you could. So for those who would like to learn more about the Fiesta Pail, you can go to store.JimBakerShow.com/product/ what is that? Augustin Farms Fiesta Bucket. My guess is if you get to JimBakerShow.com, you can find how to get your own Fiesta Pail with just more.
Or just the same Jim Baker.
Google Doomsday Fiesta Bucket, and that will get you there.
Doomsday
Fiesta
Jim
Baker?
Yeah,
From like Tammy Faye Baker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is he? Is it the same one?
It's 2Ks. Yeah.
Sure.
I think that's them. Yeah, but it is out of stock, the Fiesta Pail. So.
Oh, you got the last one, dude.
Yeah. The value of the Fiesta Pail just shot right up.
That's right. So check eBay now because Vinny will be selling his Fiesta Pail.
1,000 pesos.
Oh my God!
Walmart listed for $142 out of stock.
142?
142?
142.
Yeah, that's less than $1 per serving.
For
That's pretty dope.
196 servings, that's very reasonable.
196 servings.
Did you spend $142 on that bucket?
Somebody gave it to him, Billy.
They gave it to me, Bill.
They gave it to you?
I
So
know.
he doesn't care about surviving anymore.
It was very generous. Thank you for the generous. I love you.
So you still haven't looked in it?
Well, I
Was
haven't
she, was she from Puerto Rico and 22 years old by any chance?
So and we move on from the Fiesta.
So basically, we have learned that the Fiesta Pail is so bad, even a survivalist won't eat it.
Won't eat it.
That they give it to their
Or
friend.
that
With living.
Oh, good Lord.
Was she being chased by police? Here, take this.
No, and the real reason I haven't opened it is me and my son and daughter. We're going to open it together, and we're going to have a fiesta one night.
We're
going to have a
careful.
I just don't know why they won't go to sleep.
I miss Fiesta Pail. It's great.
Give me more fajitas!
Who do I gotta kill in here to get more Fiesta Pail?
Well, I don't know whether anybody's going to want to follow that, but is there anybody else who's found things other than stealing food from survivalists that they only have done during the quarantine here?
Oh my God.
Nothing that funny.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
Yeah, right. We vamped on that for a while. That was too much.
that's too good.
If that was a created prop, you're a genius.
I wish I was that good. I wish I was.
Everywhere.
We all do, Vinny. So the really sort of lame setup that this was for, the really sort of is for, what was that?
That's a package arriving on the front porch and my dog saying hello.
Mine just started too. I think actually my dog heard your dog. Anyway, well, Jill, since the focus is on you, and by the way, we have to say that the early reviews of the show are in, and the one viewer,
One person watching.
one person watching actually said the comment was, "I like the girl."
Oh.
Thank you.
So we all like the girl too. So this
Thank
next
you, one viewer. I appreciate that.
Yeah, this next game is actually going to focus on Jill, and actually came about because Jill was in a meeting and trying to do something off camera. You know, this is something that could only be done during a quarantine, is, you know, since we've all become very comfortable with virtual meetings and virtual cocktail parties and all that kind of thing. Quite often we will try to multitask. So we will try to do something off screen and try to figure out, can we get away with doing this off screen without anybody else really knowing what's going on. So we've decided to turn this into a little bit of a game. And I wrote this out, so let me read it here. So Jill is going to pre-select an activity that she can do off camera. Vinny and Alex will play a scene with Jill in a location suggested by me as Jill continues to do something off camera that none of us know what it is. The idea is that eventually, hopefully, who did I say is playing this? Vinny and Alex. Vinny and Alex will be able to figure out what it is that Jill's doing off camera. So here's the scene. You guys are in a bunker about to open a Fiesta Pail. So you're in a bunker, you're starving, and you've just discovered the Fiesta Pail. The three of you go ahead and start playing your scene, and Jill, whatever you need to start doing, go ahead and start doing it.
All right.
Vinny, is there anything to eat? It's been days.
I'm starving. I'm starving. I had nothing.
There's nothing anywhere in this bunker. You built a bunker and you didn't stock it?
Well, I didn't build this bunker. I found it.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, good find, but was there any food?
We're in a found bunker?
Yes. It's a found bunker. So maybe.
What if the people come back?
Yeah, because they might be upset that we've kind of set up shop here.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll tell you what. Why don't we look around, see if we can find anything, because we're gonna have to use it before anybody comes back. I didn't even think that they can come back. All right, guys, split up. Let's look for anything we can find that could be useful. Oh, here's some dirt. Is that useful?
It could be. There's some pointy sticks over here in the corner. Jill, have you found anything?
Yo, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I found some stuff I thought might be pretty helpful, and I'm doing the best I can with it over here. But you know, if we don't find any food, then you know what I'm doing over here is not going to help at all.
You're gonna have
folding clothes.
Are you moving?
You really think I'm going to wear found clothes in somebody's found bunker? That's disgusting.
I heard they made great masks.
No, that's underwear.
Oh.
Wait. What's this? Guys, look.
What'd you find?
I don't know. It says Fiesta Pail.
Fiesta Pail. That sounds interesting. Let's open it up.
Yeah, let's open it up. Let's see what it says. Yeah, okay.
Hello. You hear that?
What the hell was that?
Maybe it was a little Mexican and just popped out and ran away.
Fiesta Pail? I'm so glad we opened it.
Are you getting sticky over there, Jill?
You know, I mean, there's no telling how long some of this stuff's been sitting here.
Okay, well, if you want to share the sanitizer with Vinny and I, just let us know. But we're gonna start cooking, I think.
You found sanitizer?
I thought you found it. Oh.
No, man, that would make this a lot easier.
Yeah.
Hey, to use this Fiesta Pail, it says we need water. Does anybody
Okay,
have any?
water I have. Water I
You
have.
have water.
I don't know how clean it is, but I've got some.
Why is it dirty? With cleaning vegetables
We're
in
trying
it?
to make authentic Mexican food.
What's that?
We're trying to make authentic Mexican food.
Oh, well then dirty water's gonna be fine. Here.
All right.
All right.
Do you have any fire anywhere in this bunker? Is there a stove? Is there a fire pit? Something that we can cook this on top of?
I think the stuff that comes in those buckets you need to cook.
I have no idea what's going on. She's kind of wandered off into the dark. Jill, can you still hear us?
I guess not.
Alex! What the hell happened to Jill?
Yeah.
Actually, well, there she goes. She's back now. Okay, good.
Stroke. I thought she had like cemented herself in something. It was crazy.
I don't know. I thought she drank some dirty water and passed out.
I take it that something happened to my video connection.
The timing was uncanny. Yes,
That's
God.
outside the scene.
Yes.
So Vinny and Alex, do you have any idea what Jill is doing off camera?
He's polishing silverware.
Getting pretty close.
Yeah?
I thought
found
she
this
was cleaning
whole pile
vegetables.
of dishes over here, and I figured if I washed everything up, we'd be able to have a meal.
Ah.
So now we know what Jill is doing off camera.
It looks
Let's
very...
get a big round of applause for these three. They did a nice job. Nice job. And for those of you who are at home listening or watching and clapping for them, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
They can't hear you, but
Actually, for those of you listening, I'm sorry. That made no sense at all.
Yeah, but just imagine what went through their head. So, so now it's time to shift our focus. We're going to shift our focus to a regular segment on WITticisms. I guess it's regular because this is show 2 and we've done it twice. So we're going to shift to a next section called What's on Someone's Mind? And in this episode, we're going to shift to our friend Eric, and we're going to have Eric be able to just rant about anything he wants. So, Mr. Eric Hughes, what is on your mind?
What happens when I run out of toilet paper? I've heard about this sudden and increased interest in toilet paper over the last few weeks. Fortunately, I'm always well stocked, but now I'm beginning to wonder, oh my God, what happens if I run out of toilet paper? It's not like they make a bucket of toilet paper that I can order from a survivalist website and just add water. Boom, I've got toilet paper. No, I've got to go out there. I've got to track it down. I've got to wait till the truck arrives, maybe even bribe the delivery man. Hey, man, why don't you let some of the toilet paper fall right off the truck and into my car? Is that what we're coming to as a society? What's wrong with everyone's butts? Why do people need so much toilet paper? We all know that this virus doesn't affect people's butts. What about people who have legitimate toilet paper needs? You guys hogged all of this toilet paper up, and now I'm starting to get nervous. I was prepared, but you can't help but wonder what's going to happen in the future when I need toilet paper for my butt and I can't find it. I'm a man of a generally calm and gentle demeanor, but let a few days go by without me wiping my butt, and I can't be held responsible for what I turn into. It'll be like a beast from some 1950s cult classic sci-fi film, The Man Who Had No Teepee. It's going to be horrible out there. You don't want that to happen, people. Stop buying up all the toilet paper. What's wrong with you?
And that is what is on Eric's mind right now. Yeah. So has anybody figured that out, why everybody's hoarding toilet paper?
No. No, I haven't figured it out now.
I just want to say, though, that considering I'm sharing this screen and this podcast with 6 men who wipe maybe once a day, depending on how much just add water fiber you've been taking, as the sole woman of the group, I have to wipe every time. So I really don't want to hear it.
That is valid. That is valid.
Anxiety head level's pretty high then.
And shake dry isn't an option then.
Nope. Not if I'm going to be using my underwear for a face mask.
Well, wait a minute. Isn't that what they had to do, like in World War I or something? They had to pee into a sock, and like when they were gassed. I think that's.
Oh yeah,
I think you're confusing that with jellyfish, Eric.
I often pee on jellyfish. I don't know.
We were prepared with a degree of toilet paper just because we always had. There's only 2 of us, and we always would buy them, big bunch of it. So we still have some, but yeah, after a month, it's getting a little worrisome. So whenever we go shopping for just whatever thing we need, we'll pick up tissues or those baby wipes, because you can't flush those, but those are good to have. And Bonnie reminded me of the fact that we all have a tub. And one of those little, most people have one of those little spraying things. So if push comes to shove, you just hop in the toilet, bidet yourself off, and you're good.
Yeah.
You want to choose a different phrase than push comes to shove, Bill?
I got lucky. I went for toilet paper. I went my last big shopping trip. I went to Walmart, and I went to my 24-hour Walmart. They were closed, and I did not expect that. There were changes in the time. I got there at 6 in the morning, trying to get there before everything started going. They didn't open until 7. At 6 in the morning, there was a line to get in, and everybody marked out on the sidewalk were 6 feet spaces. And if you've been to CVS, if you've been to any store that's currently open, they've got all these 6-foot boxes for people to stand in when they're waiting. A line all the way out of Walmart an hour before they open. They did stock toilet paper overnight. I was lucky to wait in line an hour, get my toilet paper, just one package. It's, one package per person. I bought the biggest package. It's not the best quality, but there's a lot of it in the big package.
Like the Fiesta Bucket.
but yeah.
It's going to be the currency for the New World Order. So get what you can when you can.
And I think that we've all just now learned that the most important thing we can do in this dilemma is buy the biggest package.
That's it. Absolutely.
Well, guys, we are out of time. We are more than out of time. So it's time for us to end our show as we always have. And that is with an ever popular Irish drinking song. Now, I think we've worked out the challenges, but we shall see. Because again, this is live and we're going to, make this up as we go along. I don't think we have a choice as far as the Irish drinking song when it comes to topic. I think the only thing we can indeed choose is the Fiesta Pail. So here is the Fiesta Pail Irish drinking song. Oh, Heidi, 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 hi. I got myself a pail.
It was filled with what I need.
It was filled with food.
And gluttony and greed.
So I was so lucky
that I had lots of water.
And I decided,
when she comes down, I will cut her. Oh, Heidi, 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 Heidi.
This bucket was so full.
Full of things like beans.
And there was some celery.
I was bursting at the seams.
So I got out some water.
And I poured in the stuff.
And when I ate the food,
I really went off the cuff. Oh, Heidi, 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 hi.
I really love my pail.
It's gonna keep me alive for years.
And when I finish it,
I will thank the deers.
And now I am very full.
And I need some TP.
So I'll wipe my butt.
So no one gets freaky. Oh,
Heidi, 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 Heidi.
Oh, we were doing so well.
I know. Well, that's it. Hey, Seth, play the song. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Hi, guys.
I'm a superhero running through the rain. Spent $500 on some trick to tell me I'm insane. I jumped off my roof because I thought that I could fly. I spent 3 days in the hospital all because I had to try.
Who's taking over my screen?
I still don't know why.
This is what happens when you introduce Seth first.
Around chasing this dragonfly. I still don't know how. I woke up this morning with only one eyebrow. I think that my mind's a little
What I'll be
defective.
doing tonight. Reading the
Caught up
reviews.
in the everyday traffic of different